Kia ora and welcome to Astro Musical Interventions, a podcast offering expansive openings for the heart and mind through astrological insights and a musical portal recorded in live sound journey ceremony spaces. My name is Kāren Hunter, a musician and astrologer based in Tāmaki Makaurau, Aotearoa, New Zealand. The topic for this episode is Saturn's ingress into tropical Aries, which takes place tomorrow, May 25th, New Zealand time, in the balsamic phase of a Gemini new moon due on Tuesday, 27th of May. But this ingress, this being of Saturn in Aries, is a story that will be playing out over a couple of years. So there's no real use-by date on this podcast. We are being delivered with characteristically careful deliberation into the first degree of the zodiac and into what will most definitely be an unimaginable new cycle of the spiral of growth and maturity, both individually and collectively. Saturn takes 29.4 Earth years to orbit the Sun and return to the degree of the zodiac where it was when we were born, heralding our first Saturn return. Saturn was considered to mark the boundary of our solar system until the German-British astronomer and musician William Herschel first observed the planet Uranus in 1781 through the lens of the recently invented telescope. So this is why Saturn is assigned to be the marker of boundaries in astrology, because before Uranus was discovered, Saturn was the most distant planet visible to the naked eye, right on the boundary of the known universe. So when the discovery of Uranus doubled the size of our solar system, it was due to the incredible distance between the two, and it was a shocking revelation. Therefore, Uranus in turn has become known as an indicator of shocking revelations and surprises, and also trauma. So, in its ancient role as keeper of boundaries and borders, Saturn had a responsibility to keep what was within its orbit safe from asteroids, comets, and other celestial dangers. Saturn traced our containment field, so it's a very serious role mythologically, looking after karma and consequences, restrictions, paternalism. All of these fall under the domain of Saturn. As the traditional ruler of both Capricorn and Aquarius, Saturn fulfills several functions. In Capricorn, Saturn presents as mature, hardworking, patient, studious, committed, tenacious. Whereas in Aquarius, he becomes gatekeeper between the known and the unknown, with careful consideration towards future possibilities and inventions, bringing into being concepts, with careful planning, attention to detail, meticulous consideration. These new, brave new ideas can be brought into the physical realm. Saturn says stop, think about it, make corrections, don't move quickly, stop and think about it seriously. Consider every aspect of the problem or situation and step carefully so you can succeed in your endeavor. Saturn is not impulsive. Saturn is not spontaneous. Saturn is not a gambler. Saturn is not a risk taker. This is the domain of steady progress and incremental steps towards firm, logical outcomes. Most people know that around the first Saturn return, usually the age 28, 29, most people are having families, nesting, commencing or completing studies, birthing and rearing children, embarking upon an adult phase of their lives. And 29 years later, at the age of 58, comes the second Saturn return. And this is when people are stepping once again into another spiral layer of development. At this point, we're usually making plans for our senior years. We're acknowledging and completing projects. And perhaps we're making changes to our lifestyle that will allow us to make the most of our eldership. We're considering how we want to celebrate our youth. And hopefully, we have the peace of mind to appreciate simple pleasures of life. A third Saturn return will happen for those who live another 29 years. And at this late stage of life, we are gifted much wisdom and the ability to surrender. Saturn asks us to limit our output in favor of a focus intention. He helps us realize that we can dive deeper if we concentrate on one thing, if we pursue mastery. Maturity requires focus, limitation, and containment. And here we have this gigantic energy moving into the first degree of the zodiac, 0 Aries. We are spiraling in our commitment to life, on our journey to completing our karma, to making true what we've come for, developing, growing, bedding in to our experience of life. The Sabian symbol for this degree, 0 Aries, is a woman has risen out of the ocean. A seal is embracing her. The emergence of a new form of receptivity, opening to change as an old worldview is transcended and outgrown. A fresh start, the beginning of a new impulse, an idea, a way to do things differently, an ability to listen to the intuitive murmurings that are stirring deep within. The willingness to take the time necessary for them to begin to manifest. Saturn takes position right here, right at the beginning of the journey. The deep dreamer and spirit guide Neptune passed by this space quite recently and will return. They are dancing on the periphery of our tropical horoscope. Both Neptune and Saturn are moving into Aries for a short period of time, 3 months, 4 months, before retrograding back into the mysterious, spiritual, artistic, thick home of Pisces. And then by the end of January 2026, they begin to re-enter Aries permanently.
For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are.
This dance has been playing out here for months. The two behemoth planets almost meeting, but not quite. Dancing like Olympians across the cusp between the last degrees and the first degrees of the zodiac. Just a tease, a touch, a whisper, a kiss. But in these next 3 or 4 months, we have an opportunity to understand something fundamental. An opportunity to use our intuition and life experience to discern the offering. Saturn and Neptune are coming together as they do every 20 years or so. And they always make a huge impact. Harbingers of incredible change, and not always kind. It's up to us to use this incredible moment to digest the changes in our world, to digest these changes experientially over the next months. We can acknowledge the joy and the horror of this moment, aware of the justified and unjustified fears within us, within our families and communities, within our species. Somehow we all enrolled for this moment. We each signed in willingly to witness these manufactured disasters, these natural catastrophes, this breakdown in communication, this transcendent moment of bliss. What have we come for? How do we each realize our maturity in this new beginning? Are we embarking on a restrictive dystopia, or diving into a sublime, intentional, authentic community? Does one lead way into the other? Our species is capable of evolution. As we mature up the spiral of life, we can decide to engage in evolution willingly, and not just to wait until it becomes a survival necessity. We have agency to engage our highest potential, to contribute to the beauty of life on our beautiful planet. Papatuanuku, Gaia, Pachamama, Madre Tierra, Mother Earth. We offer our gratitude to this beautiful earth, to the sun, to the water in the lakes, rivers and oceans, to the air in the lungs of the trees, in the clouds, in our families, our communities, the grasses, the trees and flowers, the indigenous wisdom, the ancestors, the memories, the love grown, the love lost, the love returned. Our children, our siblings, our sangha, our friends. We've come willingly to this place. Each of us giving our deepest gift in this special time of unity, positivity, reality. This is the beginning of the future. 0 Aries. We have access to a beautiful preview of the movie that will play out from 2026 forward. And we are ready. We are ready for this. If you've enjoyed listening to this podcast, you might like to come to my website, KārenHunter.com. Make contact. I offer astrology readings and music lessons. And I take my sound journeys and my astrology workshops around New Zealand's Aotearoa regularly. I'm looking forward to meeting you, and your comments, subscriptions, contributions are most welcome. Thank you for listening.